welcome to Chrome OS. Get ready for Chromebooks. I actually am re-recording some of these videos because originally when we rolled out Chromebooks, you didn't have access to physically have a Chromebook in front of you. And so I'm going to kind of reboot that and do it as if you are sitting in front of your Chromebook. And hopefully this will be helpful for you. So things that are happening in Chrome. So this is what your Chromebook looks like. Isn't it beautiful? Very fancy. So basics of a Chromebook. This desktop background should be something that is enforced through us and not being changed by students. If you see that students can change it, there's probably something wrong with their account. Because they shouldn't be able to actually change the background on their Chromebook. So this is what Chrome OS looks like. So let's kind of start over here on the lower right-hand corner of Chrome OS, and we'll talk about these things over here. So your settings, and you kind of have like this little tray of icons, your language, battery life, Wi-Fi. I'm currently screencasting right now, so you see that I'm sharing my screen. If you end up projecting your screen, you'll see that as well. And then my little notifications bell. So notifications are nice. You can see them here. And you can also control your notifications. We'll come back to that. So if you click on your account icon, this is your settings tray. So let's talk about some of these things because things have come up and we'll talk about some of them. So number one, your Chromebook should say this device is managed by ga.hiltoncsd.net. That's essential. If it doesn't say that or you see a student Chromebook that doesn't look like that, we can fix that and need to fix that immediately. I'm currently using the US keyboard, but if you're a LOTE teacher, I can show you how you can add an international keyboard, which will allow you to do keystrokes for accent marks and so forth. I have accessibility features available to me right here. These are my accessibility features, and I'll show you how you can add them. When I click on this, here are some of the things that I can do to my Chromebook to make it work better for me and my learning needs. But I'll show you how you can do that. So if I come back to settings, if I come back here, I'm connected to the mobile. My Bluetooth is currently disabled. And then, this. So this last one is the one that I want to point out to you. Is that you shouldn't, I have my headphones in, I'm using them for my recording device. If you are plugging in headphones and you're not getting speakers through the headphones, check to make sure that your Chromebook has switched between the normal speaker and the headphone speaker. So you swap between those here, and you'll see the same thing with the mic jack microphone, because I'm using the microphone that's attached to my buds. So if I come back here. So that's kind of just like your settings at a glance, and then you have additional settings. So let's talk about some of the additional settings that you have and some of the customization that you can make for those additional settings. Your Chromebook should be on the mobile Wi-Fi. We're finding that some kids are switching their Chromebooks over to the guest network because they think that they're going to be able to work around some filter or something and be able to do things to their Chromebook that they can't normally do. So if for some reason they're on the guest or their Chromebook jumps, if you click on this drop down and you go to preferred networks, you can actually make sure that the guest network is not in that list of preferred networks. So you can do that. Okay, so that's that. Appearance, so forth, this is all set by us, so that's good. And then you'll see some of your device settings. So I want to highlight the touchpad and mouse settings on the device because they're different. So if you're looking at your keyboard right now, you're noticing that there are some keys that you're used to having, like a delete key and a caps lock button. These are the things that you're looking at your keyboard and you're like, oh, are these things, why are they missing? So you have some settings here. If you click on the keyboard settings, you can set some of those keys here to do exactly what you wanted. So if you wanted a caps lock key, you could set something to be your caps lock key. So if you actually look at your keyboard where your caps lock key would be, there's actually a search icon, which is what actually brings up your launcher. If you press that, it brings up your launcher, which is basically your start menu in a Chromebook. If I press it again, it goes away. So there is a keystroke, which is Alt and then the search button, and that'll bring up caps locks. And you can do Alt search for caps locks if you wanted that, which I don't mind a keystroke for that. And I'll supply you with a keyboard shortcuts sheet. But you can control what your keys that you're used to having on your, you have 2 Alt keys. Maybe you don't need both of them, and you want one of your Alt keys to be, some caps locks. If it means that much to you, you could do that. You want your backspace key to be a escape key. I don't know why you do that, but and you can also you'll notice that you also don't have any function keys. So if you look at your keyboard, you can also treat your top row like functions, but you would have to memorize those functions. So if you're somebody who's like a function key, like guru, maybe that's helpful for you. I personally love the top row of the keyboard. If you're looking at the top row, I can navigate between pages with the left and right arrows. I have an automatic refresh key, which used to be F5. I have the full screen mode, so I can get rid of all my menus. I have the multiple windows key, which will open up any windows that you currently have active. If you're anybody who's taken any classes with me, you'll realize I use tons of windows at the same time in tabs, and so this button is essential for me. I love it. Moving across the row, brightness keys, volume keys. You probably just lost volume on me. And then the power button. So a power button, super essential for you. Your Chromebook, for some reason, is locked up. It's not working. It's not connecting. Whatever it is, power that baby down by pressing and holding that power button and power it back on. It takes about 3 seconds. Fresh, happy, etc. So, sorry, that was like a lot, but a lot. So that's your keyboard settings. But then then you can see, if you click on this view keyboard shortcuts, and I'll supply you with this as well. But you get this, like if you hold down Control, you'll see all of the Control shortcuts. So Control plus the Z key is undo, Control X is cut, Control C is copy, Control V is paste, Control N is a new window. Like if you hold down the Alt key, then these are all of the Alt. So you notice Alt, and then the search key is caps locks. So like those are all of the Alt shortcuts. And then there's like Control Alt ones here too. So you can take screenshots. Screenshot of the window is that button. There's also Shift ones. So screenshot of a specific region, like a drag and drop, is Shift Control. I'm just pressing keys right now. You can see the keys I'm highlighting. You can also get to that by pressing Control question mark. No, Alt question mark. I think I lied. Ooh, look what I just brought up. Control question mark is your info on your Chromebook. Let's see, Alt question mark. Control Alt question mark. Yes, Control Alt question mark it is. So Control Alt and then the question mark button brings up the keyboard that shows you these. And I have a handout. I have a handout for this, few buttons on it that you can look at as well. But it's at your fingertips to see the you get the idea. At your fingertips to see the shortcuts. Oh my gosh, use your words, Jackie. So that's the shortcuts. And then input settings. So if you need to be able to type accent marks and so forth, you want to add the international keyboard. And you click here and you just check this box. And then you say done. And then under here where you have the keyboard, you'll have whatever keyboards you add available to you to switch between. Right there. Okay. So that was a lot. That was your keyboard settings. You have some search settings here. Show Google Now cards in the launcher. If you're an Android user, you know what a Google Now card is. It kind of pops up with things it thinks you should know. Enable OK Google, which means you could say OK Google and then search for something, and that works. People, this is you. Here's how you can change your picture that you've selected for yourself here. This is set for you. This require password. That means anytime that your Chromebook goes to sleep, your screen goes blank, you walk away from it, it locks after a certain amount of time, and then you have to put a password back in. That's a good safety feature for you. The manage other users doesn't matter to you because Chromebooks are user specific, and we don't let you jump between users on your Chromebook, so it doesn't matter to you anyway. And then advanced sync settings are what you're syncing between your accounts. That's part of the reason why I love Chrome. It doesn't matter whether I log into my browser on my PC, I'm on my home Mac, or I'm on my Chromebook at school. And when I'm in my Chrome browser, all of those things travel with me everywhere I go. And I need that. I don't want to be emailing things from one account to the other. That's just silly. So those are under your advanced sync settings. Here is where you can clear your browsing history, and you can also do it through the Chrome browser by clearing your history through your Chrome browser. It's a good thing to do occasionally. Clear your cache, clear your history. It cleans up your stuff, makes it happy. And you have some content things here. Web content, you can customize your downloads, automatically go to a folder called downloads on your Chromebook. That would be for like quick image saving and so forth. You could do that. Continuing down, Google Cloud Print is enabling cloud printers on your Chromebook. That's something that you can't add right now to your Chromebook. The way that you print from a Chromebook is just like how you would print from any device. You have to send it to an ePrint enabled printer in the district. So at the high school, you have to email it as an attachment to the library iPad printer. That's what it's called, library iPad printer. At Village, they have one in each of the wings, and you can print to those. But we're working on coming up with a cloud print solution for you at work. But you don't necessarily need a printer because you can send it to an e-printer. So you also have some startup options. Now, students don't have these options. You have control over these, and you may not even actually see that. I'm not even sure if this is like an admin thing, but you can set up like what it does for you when you start up your Chromebook. Here's the accessibility features, and you'll notice that I have this show accessibility options in the system menu checked. That's why mine show up right here for me. So that's a helpful thing to have, and you can see some of the ones that are available to you, and then you can always restore back to your out-of-box state. So I'm sorry, I am in the advanced settings. So when you click on your settings and you go down, I was in advanced settings, scrolling, and I say show advanced settings, my bad. So when you click show advanced settings, those are some of the things that you have available to you. So make sure that you check out the settings on your Chromebook as well.